Hi, this is lesson 2 for the week of April 6th. This is a little different format than what you might be used to, but I'm going to do some of these problems and see if I can't help you figure it out. So for each set of problems, we give you a description. We give you a problem that you would normally mathematically work out, but what we're asking you to do this time is identify variables and figure out which gas law that is. It's just a reminder. You always boil your peas and vegetables. Okay, so that's going to be Boyles Law. Boyles Law is pressure and volume. Also, remember that Charlie, i.e. Brown, is on TV. So Charles' law is temperature and volume. Okay, so that'll help you. So, all right, so number 1. If a 0.75 liter balloon at 0.98 atmospheres escapes from an airplane into the atmosphere where the pressure is 0.88 atmospheres, what will the volume of the balloon become? So number 1 is asking, what are the variables in this problem? Well, we have, so you have to read it and use some of the clues that are in there. One of the clues that I see I like, the pressure is 0.88 atmospheres. Okay, so that reminds me that pressure is ATM, so I know that is pressure. What we need to figure out is what liters is. Liters, well, down here it tells you volume. Liters is going to be volume. So we have pressure and we have volume. You boil your peas and vegetables. So Boyles' law is pressure and volume. Let's see, find pressure and volume. There it is, letter D. Those are the variables in there. Let's see, the next one for number 3. A gas sample at 313 Kelvin occupies a volume of 2.32 liters. If the temperature is raised to 348 Kelvin, what will the volume be in liters, assuming that the pressure remains constant? So again, number 3 is asking you to identify the variables in the problem. What is Kelvin? Right, Kelvin is temperature. Okay, so it's either going to be that one or that one. We can take off pressure only, and we can take off pressure and volume because those don't work because we have temperature in the problem. So we need to figure out what's the other variable that we have here. Well, it tells me that it occupies a volume of 2.32 liters. So my other variable is volume. So temperature and volume is the correct answer. Okay, so for the next one, a total pressure of gas in a rigid steel diving tank is 1.25 atmospheres. The pressure of nitrogen is 0.78 atmospheres and the pressure of oxygen is 0.25 atmospheres. What's the partial pressure of the remainder of the gas? So what are the variables in this problem? Well, it's talking about pressure. Total pressure is atmospheres. The pressure, 0.78 atmospheres. A pressure of oxygen, 0.25 atmospheres. The only thing in this problem is pressure. So pressure only is my correct answer. Okay, so turn over to the back and we'll do that one. Okay, so we're identifying gas laws again. So based on the problem, it's going to ask the question for each of these. You don't have to solve anything. The question for these is which gas law is used. So remember what we had written down. Boil your peas and vegetables. So that means Boyles' law is going to be pressure and volume. Charlie Brown is on TV. Charles' law, temperature and volume. So some of the other gas laws that we've learned about that I don't have a cool saying for are Dalton's law. Dalton's law of partial pressures is just adding pressures together. So there will be a P1 plus a P2 plus a P3. There will be lots of pressures in it and nothing else. Another one that we've learned is the ideal gas law. The Pevner formula, nRT, is ideal gas law. Okay, so one of the ways, I think the easiest way to figure out if a problem's asked is the ideal gas law is that that's the only one that's got moles in it. Okay, it's the only one that has moles. None of the other problems, none of the other formulas will use moles. So ideal gas law if you see moles. So let's get started on number 7. 3 gas laws have a partial pressure of 7.16 atmospheres, 3.78 atmospheres, and 125 atmospheres. What's their total pressure in atmospheres? Well, everything's ATM, everything's pressure. Remember, if all we have is pressure, it's going to be Dalton's law. Number 9, how many moles of butane gas would occupy a volume of 15.5 liters at a pressure of 0.85 atmospheres and a temperature of 326 Kelvin? Which gas law is used to solve this problem? Well, remember what I told you, if you see moles, there's only one gas law formula that uses moles. It's the ideal gas law. So the answer for number 9 is ideal. Number 11. A scientist's 50-liter gas container with an air pressure of 786 atmospheres was exposed to cold lake water, which caused the volume of the canister to change to 47 liters in size. What's the new pressure? Well, in this problem, we have volume. There's another volume. Tells me that it's volume. And we have atmospheres, which is what? Yep, it's pressure. So in this one, we have pressure and volume. Which gas law was that? Boil your peas and vegetables. So pressure and volume is going to be Boyles Law. Where's Boyles Law? There it is. D. Oh, sorry. D. Boyles Law. Okay, number 13. Which variables describe gases that are directly related to each other? So a direct relationship means that as one goes up, the other goes up. An inverse relationship would mean as one goes up, the other goes down. There's only one of the gas laws that we've talked about where all of those have a direct relationship. Okay, that's Charles' law. But if you think about temperature and volume is going to be the right answer. Think about a balloon that you leave in a car in July. If the balloon is blown up and you leave it in the car in July, in that hot, hot, hot car, that causes the gas particles inside that balloon to have more collisions with the side of the container, causing it to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And that balloon eventually will get so big that it'll pop if it doesn't cool off. But as the temperature increases in that car, the volume of gas increases in that car. Volume of gas increases in the balloon. So temperature and volume are the ones that are directly related. Okay, last one. Charles' law describes the direct relationship between pressure and volume, the inverse relationship between pressure and volume, the inverse relationship between temperature and volume, or the direct relationship between temperature and volume. Well, we just answered that question right there, number 13. Charles' law describes the direct relationship between temperature and volume. Good luck, and make sure you do the rest of your homework.